What in the world is this? So a giant tractor trailer truck just dropped off this present. Looks an awful lot like a kayak. Let's open it up and see what it is. There she is, the 2020 Predator PDL smoke camo. I'm gonna call this one the battleship because that's what it's gonna do. Plenty of battle. This thing is gonna see a ton of time on the water, and I cannot wait to get it set up and rigged. I'm gonna finish unwrapping it, and I'm gonna walk through all the features that are new and a lot of the standard ones, head to toe, bow to stern. Walk you through all the features of this boat. Stick around. Well, here she is in all her glory, the battleship. She's gonna catch a lot of fish. All right, so I'm gonna walk you through all of the features, bow to stern, and I'll focus on some of the new stuff that's new for this 2020 model. But I'm gonna go through all the features that I can think of, focusing on the new stuff. I'll start at the bow here. The first new thing you'll notice is that the hatch has changed from the click seal, that click lever, to the quick seal, and this is actually a lot quicker and easier way to get in here. It's still a one-hand operation. You can get into the hatch. Inside here you're going to find the battery bag, which is standard on the Predators and always has been. So that's a new feature, is this quick seal hatch. Moving forward, you're going to notice in the drive they have removed the round hatch in the drive storage, and they've added this square hatch, which they found on the topwater PDLs to be more watertight, so you can safely keep your phone and keys in there without any of those leaking problems that we've had in the past. Then you're going to notice these mounting plates. Still the standard 4 mounting plates, but in the 2020 Predator we've added track mounts, 2 track mounts on each one for track accessories, so you don't have to buy the tracks if you use gear track accessories any longer. You can certainly put them on there. You can add them to these standard mounting plates, which have also been on the Predators, the PDLs, since their beginning, but you don't have to add gear tracks to your mounting plates, and there are 2. So that's one feature that I'm pretty happy with, because to be honest with you, I wasn't always a gear track fan, and this season I have become a huge fan of gear tracks because of their versatility. Down here in the deck, Old Town has added an EVA foam padding. I stand a lot, and I almost never have shoes on in the summertime when it's hot out, and that is going to be a blessing on the bottoms of my feet on hot summer days, long days, what have you. The element seat, not much has changed here. It's the same element seating system. I haven't really adjusted it yet, but you can adjust it with the side straps, pull the straps to straighten the seat back, and then lift the tabs to lower it back, so you can really dial in that comfort. Over here we have the steering knob, and this is a relatively new addition. It always had a steering knob, a steering control, but now they've added a knob, like a trucker style knob, with a lockdown tension knob, so you can now lock the rudder in place if you're fishing in current. If the wind happens to want to pin this kayak and drift it to one side, you can lock that rudder and try to help slow that down. If you are paddling and want to lock the rudder straight, you certainly can do that, or lock the rudder at an angle if you're paddling into the, with a broadside wind. You can certainly do that. That is one of the newer features of the Predator. You still have underseat storage, which is more of an access plate, but you can certainly stuff a first aid kit. That's usually what I keep in there, is a first aid kit and a dry bag, some essentials that are always going to come with me. Fire starter, things like that, because you never know. The rod holder on the top, I'm loving these high-vis bungees. I think they look sharp. They kind of pop with the color of this kayak. I'm not trying to hide from anybody, but they do pop pretty nicely. So that's, you can put the butt of a rod here. A lot of times you'll see my paddle in there if I'm using it back and forth quite a bit. Over here is the paddle clip with the rubber strap to lock that in. I'm going to back up just one little bit here over to this side here to show you the forward facing rod holder. That's a new addition to the 2020 Predator. That forward facing rod holder is going to be huge, because I've always had to have a rod holder here. I don't do a lot of trolling in my kayak. The only reason the front rod holder is in my kayak is so that I have a place to put it in between trips, when I'm landing a fish, when I'm changing leaders or lures or whatever. So that's a huge add for me personally. Still the flush mount rod holders in the rear. Your rudder deploy and stow right here. Like always, again, they've added the track mounts to the rear rod holders, the rear mounting plates. And moving back here, we have an updated rudder system. The rudder is a composite. It's no longer a metal rudder system. The composite, I have actually, sometimes I will pick up truck one kayak and I have bent the rudder. Your rudder pivots and it's kind of sandwiched in between two pieces, and I have bent that on accident, slamming it into things. I hit a bridge abutment one time and it bent it, and it leaves a scratch and it makes the rudder operate hard. You don't have to worry about anything bending with the composite rudder. It won't rust, the paint won't won't chip off of it, and you can lock it in, and it has a handle. So you can move the kayak around by that handle, just kind of jockeying it around if you need to. Underneath the rudder, they've added a mounting plate for a shallow water anchor, like a power pole. So it's all reinforced. The screw holes are already here. You can run a shallow water anchor off the back of this if you fish for bass a lot, or any shallow water fishing, redfish, whatever, pike, and you want to sit in one spot and be able to cast a lot. You now have the capability of adding a power pole to that. The cup holders are deeper, so now let me grab my coffee cup. Now, like your Yetis, taller water bottles, my water bottle is a 24-ounce water bottle that I bring with me. Those will all fit in there. It does have a drain on the side of it so that the any rainwater that gets in there will drain out. The flush mount rod holders are all sealed. They have a bottom on them. Not like in most boats where the bottom of them is open and there's just a gimbal down there. They are sealed, so any rain that gets in is not going to transfer down inside the hull. So that's pretty cool. And I believe the last feature I have to talk about is going to be the transducer mount, which is completely different and redesigned for side imaging transducer. It is now a universal transducer mount, so pretty much any manufacturer's transducers will fit down there, and you'll see, because of the design, you can put a side imaging transducer in here and it will still be protected by the leading edge of the keel, so you're not going to ram it into rocks and things like that. At least you shouldn't. Really helpful feature on this new 2020 Predator. Props to Old Town. Thanks for listening to us anglers, the guys and gals that fish in them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button, and right down here somewhere is a subscribe button. If you wouldn't mind hitting that, I would really appreciate it. If you have a channel and you want to give me a shout out on the comments, I'll do the same in return. I'll go ahead and like your channel, and we'll do a like for a like and try to support each other in this, because we are a community, right? Enjoyed the video. I hope you liked it. Be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one.